guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Sam. Happy 2022! I know it's been a minute since you guys heard from me, but I am back. I am better than ever. I'm gonna be cranking out these videos for you guys. I did testing new products. Some of them aren't new, like the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. But they're new to me, things that I've never used before. So if you want to see how I got this look and figure out the do's and don'ts and like what you should run to the drugstore and pick up, then just keep watching. Alrighty, you guys, so I have been sitting with these little eye patches on. They are the e.l.f. Charcoal Hydrogel Under Eye Mask. They're supposed to depuff and detoxify for a bright and re-energized under eye area. So I've let them sit for, I don't know, it's been 15 minutes probably. And I prime my eyes off camera because I don't have a new eye primer to try out. I'm just gonna peel these bad boys off. I know that some people use them like while they're doing their eye makeup. I don't know, it feels weird to me to like try to, I don't want to like touch it and mess them up. And plus I have these little like eye tapes that I want to use. So I'm gonna whip a couple of these bad boys out, and I'm actually gonna cut one because they're like really long, like compared to what like goes out to my hairline. So I'm going to cut one in half and then just use one for both eyes. So I'm gonna place this so it like connects to the lower lash line and goes out toward the tail of my eyebrow, like so. I am like a part of the era from when people did this with like tape. Like I always used painter's tape, and that was just my thing. I did it every time I did my makeup when I was a kid. I'm a teenager, I guess, whatever. So I'm going to be testing out the Milani Gilded Flora palette. I actually have almost the entire collection. I saw this around like Christmas time and I was like, oh, I need it. I need it. So this is the eyeshadow palette. I think this is super pretty and it's going to be very appropriate for like springtime. I mean, makeup can be appropriate for whatever, but this gives me very like spring vibes. I'm really excited about like these and then like this little like trio of pinks. I am all in it. So I'm going to start off with just a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go in with Fresh as a Daisy right here and pick that up on my big fluffy brush, and I'm going to work this all in my crease. I'm sure you guys want to know where I've been, what's been going on, why I haven't been uploading. Maybe no one cares. I took the month of January off. Christmas was such a hectic time, and I know I haven't been doing this for a full year, but I don't know, it was just so overwhelming to try to get everything together for Christmas time, and then New Year's right around the corner. My mother-in-law's birthday, my mom's birthday is this week, my birthday's next week. It's just like boom, boom, boom. So I just decided to take a step back and just kind of chill, spend some time with family. So that's kind of what's been going on my end. Everybody's happy and healthy. Well, I did just take my mom to the hospital actually, but we're making it. We're doing good. And now I'm going to dip into this shade right here. It's called Lavender Fields. And I'm just going to work that into the outer V and then up into the crease. These shades are very like powdery. You see there's a lot of kick up. They're performing well though, so I don't really mind it. I always do my eyes first anyway, so I think it'll be okay. And now I'm going to go in with the shade right here called Orchid, and I'm going to pick that up To start with, actually, I'm going to use like this flat packing brush. I'm just going to pack that on into the outer corner, focusing it like right here, like at the actual corner of my eye, and then just wiggling it inward and then also flicking it outward, just kind of following along that tape line. And then as the product fades off the brush, I'll flick it up into the crease just a little bit, and then go back in with that previous brush and blend that out some more. And I'm just going to go back into that Lavender Fields shade and carry that in just a little bit further, blending it into that orchid color. And then I'm going to pick up, this is the Milani Gilded Flora Shadow Stick. I don't see a shade anywhere, but it's like this like purpley kind of duochrome color. And I'm going to pick up some of that shadow stick with my brush. And I'm going to pat that onto my eyelid. Okay, actually I'm just going to go in just with the stick itself and apply it. I was kind of worried about how it would apply this way, but it seems to be doing just fine. So I'm just going about halfway onto my eyelid. And then I'm gonna go back into that orchid shade and just continue to kind of deepen up this outer corner area. Oh, I don't know if you can, I think you can see it. Where I applied that pencil, there's like a harsh line from, I guess, where it was like tacky. And so now the shadow is like depositing funny because it's clinging to that area. So I'm going to try to like pack on this orchid shade a little more. Maybe it'll disguise it a little bit. Okay, so this is not the look that I anticipated creating, but I went in with the shade Forget Me Not. It's this like blue purple kind of shade, and I packed that all over my eyelid. And now I'm going to go in with Take Root. It's this dark brown. I kind of wish there was like a darker purple. Orchid is like kind of a pinky purple, you can kind of see like right here. So I wish that there was a darker purple to kind of go in with this, but I think that we can make this brown work, hopefully. Just deepen it up just a little bit, and I'm flicking this right here in the outer corner and also up into the edge of the crease just a little bit. I tried to save it. I tried to like pack on the brown. I don't know if you can see, but like it looks really, really patchy. Like right here you see like it's just, it won't hold on to the product. And the glitter, I mean it's a pretty glitter, but it's like holding on to all of the wrinkles in my eyelid. Like you see it's smooth and pretty, how most eyeshadow looks, and then like it's all bunched up. I don't know if it's the eyeshadow on top of the pencil or if it's just the way that the shimmery eyeshadow looks. I think I'm actually going to take this off and start over, try again without using the pencil. I think maybe hopefully that'll fix the problem. And then I've also got this holographic topper that I wanted to go in with anyway, so maybe that can like take place of the pencil. We'll see. Okay, so I went in with Lavender Fields and I just kind of like washed that all over my eyelid, and then Orchid just right in the outer V area, and I winged it out. And now I'm going to go in with the Hypnotic Lights in the shade 04. It's this like iridescent kind of pinky blue shift. I don't know, I think it's cool. And I'm just going to pick that up on my finger and then tap this all over my eyelid. Oh, this is so pretty. adds just a little bit of something special. I also really like how thin this product is. It's like very, very intense and shimmery, but it's not like a chunky glitter. It's very smooth. I'm gonna try to layer it up one more time, see if it can build any. There she is. Ooh, we like her. Kind of don't know when to stop. I went in with Bouquet, the shade right here, and just patted that all over my eyelid where I placed the hypnotic lights. It kind of created like a tacky base for this to stick to, and it did kind of alter the look just a little bit, but I kind of like it. I feel like it ties in with the Orchid shade a little bit better this way than it did before. And I also feel like, as much as I like that Milani Hypnotic Lights thing, it kind of picked up the shade that was underneath it, so this kind of makes it look a little more put back together, a little less cray-cray. So now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. eyeliner pen in the shade Black. Nothing crazy. This really isn't even a new product. It's just something that I've never used before. And I'm just going to create a wing. And now the big reveal. It's cute. I mean, it's black. It got the job done. Nothing crazy. Not innovative or anything. And now this is something else that's not new. It's just new to me. This is the cream gel liner from Colourpop in the shade Swerve. And I'm just going to use this to line my upper waterline. Alright, I know this is my first use, but definitely a big fan of this. It was so smooth. I've never had it where like I could just run it back and forth in my waterline. I've seen people do it and I've never understood how, and apparently it's just because I was not getting good eyeliners. Okay, so fun fact, learn something new every day. Now I'm just gonna go in with a makeup wipe and clean up all the fallout. And now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Word on the street, this is like a huge dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And I used to use that all the time, like a few years ago. I haven't used it in quite some time, but I'm interested to see how this one will wear. I'm usually more into like a pore filling kind of a primer, at least around my nose, because I have fairly large pores there. But it's probably a good time to switch it up. I haven't tried out a different primer in a little while. So usually I would apply this before I start my eye makeup. That way it can kind of sit and be getting tacky. Because I used to find that with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, I would go in too soon and then it would like break apart my makeup. So the trick that I learned was to just like let it sit for a little while. So if I did my eyes and then went back to my face afterwards, after it had been primed and like hung out for a little while, then I would have like the perfect window of going in with my foundation. So I'm just gonna sit here for 2-3 minutes and let this get a little tacky, and I will come back and we'll try out some more products. Now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector, the 4-in-1. It's supposed to be a primer, concealer, a highlighter, and a BB cream. I have swatched this like on my arm. Personally, I don't think that it's my cup of tea to just wear on its own, but maybe if I was just like running out the door to like go grocery shopping or something, just so I have like a little glowiness on my skin. I mean, if that's like the vibe you're looking for, I guess she's cute, but I don't know that I can just wear, if I'm gonna like go sit down to put on makeup, I just feel like this isn't what I would be looking for. But it definitely does create a nice glow, so I'll give it that. And then next, I'm going to go in with the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken Caffeine and Vitamin C 24-Hour 5-in-1 Concealer. Kelly Strack actually used this in a video, and I watched it yesterday, and literally like before I could film today, I had to go 30 minutes into town and go pick this up because I needed it. I wanted to get one in like multiple colors, but I wasn't sure if I like it, so I didn't want to pick it up in like 3 different shades and then not use it. So I figured I could test this out, and then if I like it, I'll go get some more. So I'm just applying it under my eyes and then right there on my chin to try to help cover up that pimple. And then I'm going to go in after foundation and do another layer like I typically would. And this is one of the things I'm the most excited for. This is the new e.l.f. sponge with the silicone bottom. So I'm just going to go in and use the regular, like the sponge part, and blend it out. I feel like that blended out really well. I don't feel like there was a whole lot of coverage, obviously. I mean, like the pimple's back, but maybe it'll like layer well, I hope. So now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline I cannot talk today. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Whipped Matte Makeup. And I have mine in the shade 00 Fair Light. I'm just going to squirt some out on the back of my hand. Whew. That's a much thinner stream than I was expecting. And I'm going to try the silicone side of the beauty sponge. And just going to blend this in. I feel like maybe combining this with that Instant Age Rewind Perfector that I used before. Ooh, get out of my hair. But anyway, I feel like using this with that little Perfector wand that I used, maybe it'll still give me like a natural finish. I used to be like a matte girl, like that's just all I would use is mattifying products because I'm oily, but as time has gone on, I like to look supple and juicy. I don't want it to be like flat matte everywhere all the time. So I'm hoping that those two together will like give me a nice finish. Okie dokie. My camera died. So I went in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect Cream to Powder Foundation in the shade Sand. If you've seen any of my other videos, this is like my holy grail. I didn't have a new cream contour to like test out, so I just threw that on after I finished blending out that after I finished blending out that Maybelline foundation. So far, I mean, I like it. It's still very matte, like more matte than I was expecting, honestly, because I put in the because I put on that luminous thing underneath, so I kind of expected it to be a little bit more loomy, but it's not a big deal. I've got a new highlighter and stuff to test out anyway. Now I'm gonna go back in with that Revlon concealer, and I'm gonna conceal under my eyes. And I'm actually gonna do like one eye at a time because I don't want it to dry out too quickly. It kind of seemed like earlier when I applied it, it was drying out kind of fast. I've been trying to switch up like the way I blend things out. So I've been trying to use that brush to blend out my concealer, but I always just find myself going back in with a beauty sponge at the end anyway. I just like the finish that the sponge gives. I feel like it makes things more seamless. So even when I blend out with a sponge, I just always go back in with the brush. And now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Daily Dew Stick in the shade Cool Berry. It's this pretty little pink. And I'm actually just going to pick this up with my finger and then tap this on the high points of my face. I was really worried whenever I got this because this is like a bright pink, but it doesn't come off pink at all. Really, I don't see like any pink shift or anything to it. It's just a nice subtle little highlighter. And it does definitely smell like berries. Like, it's not incredibly intense, but there is a very berry scent to it. As I'm putting it on, I can smell it. You could be my honeybee. Can you put just a little bit on my chin? I don't really want to like emphasize that little spot that I have, but I don't know, I just want a little glow. So I don't know, it kind of feels like a little greasy, so I'm worried it's gonna like break up, but upon first application it's not like breaking anything up or anything. It looks nice, so that's cool. And then this is not a new formula at all. This is just the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bora Bora. I've never used this color. This is like a bright pink, and I might regret this, but I don't know, I wanted to be a little different. So I'm gonna go in and apply this to my cheeks, and then also kind of up onto the temple a little bit. And then whatever's left, just kind of take it on my nose. This is the Morphe face palette in the shade Fair Play. It's got like a brightening powder, contour and bronzers, highlighters, blushes. I'm so excited to try this. I've wanted a face palette like this for a really long time, and all of this is like very up my alley. I am so excited. And I'm just gonna go in. I think I'm just gonna go in with the sponge, and I'm gonna blend out my under eyes and make sure that there's no creases. And then I'm gonna pick up the brightening shade and just set my under eyes. I'm going to take it up along the side of my nose as well, and just really press that powder in. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-Hour Foundation in the shade 5, which is Pearl. And I'm just going to pick this up on a big, no, this isn't even the right brush. I'm going to pick that up on a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put this all over my face. And then I'm also just going to bring this down my neck. And this does also have a little sponge applicator if you wanted to apply it that way, or like to keep it in your like bag for touch-ups. That was definitely very full coverage. I was not expecting that, and I really don't know why everybody that I've heard review it says that it's full coverage, but it was very like blurring on the skin. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Make It Last Flora setting spray. It's just supposed to be a floral scented setting spray because as full coverage as that is, it kind of made my face look a little dry. It is definitely floral, but it's not like, I don't know, gross floral. It smelled very refreshing, like you're walking outside in like a meadow with flowers around you. It was nice. It wasn't overpowering by any means. Now I'm just going to go back in with that sponge and just kind of tap out. Just kind of brought my face back to life. And now I'm just going to dip into this shade right here. It says that it's a bronzer shade. It had this little clear thing in it, and I tried to keep it so I could tell you guys the names of everything, but forgive me if I don't do it. The shade Mastermind. I'm just going to pick that up on my contouring brush, and with a really light hand, just work this into all of the like normal contouring places around my temples and my cheekbones. And then I'm just going to run a little bit right here under my jaw. And then I'm going to go in with a bigger fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out before I go in with any bronzer. I'm also going to take that same shade on my little nose contour brush and chisel out the nose just a little bit. And then I'm also going to take the shade right here around my Cupid's bow just to kind of make my lips look a little bigger. And then I think I'm going to mix that shade that I went in with this middle shade right here. Just kind of tap into both of them and use that to bronze my face just a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with that brightening shade with this little flat brush, and I'm going to use it to kind of clean up my nose contour, as well as just right here towards the bottom of my contour, like where it goes towards my lip. And then also with that brightening powder, I'm just going to pick it up on this like angled brush and just re-brighten underneath my eyes. Make sure that that's, I don't want it to be like white, but I definitely want it to be brightened. And then for highlighter, I think I'm going to mix these two shades together. This one's like a little more pinky and this one's more golden. And I'm just going to kind of dabble into both of them and highlight my nose. The high points of my cheeks. A little bit up here on my forehead. And then I think I'm going to mix together both of the blushes. This one has a little bit of a sheen to it, and then this one's just matte. So I'm just going to kind of dip into both of them and apply that on my cheek. Bring it down my nose and my chin just a little bit. I feel like I look kind of crazy, but blush seems to like eat away the fastest on my face. So like it looks crazy now, and then whenever my makeup's done, it'll have like died down and subdued a little bit. And then just with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just going to lightly carry it right here towards my nose just a little bit. I'm going to go in and set my face one more time. Alrighty, so my camera died again. I filled in my eyebrows, but I haven't set them with any eyebrow gel yet because I got 2 new ones that I want to test out. But I didn't have a new eyebrow pencil. There's one that I want to get. I want to say it's from CoverGirl. Maybe it's from Revlon. I don't know. Revlon. I think it's from Revlon. Anyway. So I'm going to try to wrap this up before my camera dies again. My toxic trait is that I am impatient and I can't wait for things to finish. So it's on like 10%. You know, whatever. We're going to make it work. We're going to move quickly. I line our lips with the Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner in the shade Stay Woke. It may or may not actually last. I don't know if this is the vibe I'm going for. I've got a few different like lips in front of me that I'm auditioning. Rambling Sam. Okay. This is the Thick It Stick It NYX Thickening Brow Mascara in the shade Rich Auburn. And it's got, I don't know if you can see it, there's like little fibers in it to, I guess, act as like a thickening agent. And anybody who's seen any of my previous videos knows that I am obsessed with the NYX Brow Glue. And the only thing that could make it better is if it had a tint. So I'm like stoked that they came out with these. I hope this performs as well. So there is that side. And then on the other side, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. And I've never used that, but I'm super excited to try this. So I figured I could do like one on one side, one on the other, and see which one applies better, which one I like more. So I've just got my little spoolie, and I'm gonna pick up some of the brow gel. I'm scared. And I guess I'm just gonna go to town and start lifting my brows, running this through here. Oh, maybe I got too much. Try to rake some off on the back of my hand. And really just like trying to lift my brow hairs up. And then I'm just gonna kind of swoop them over a little bit so they're not like crazy straight up in the air. So I really like that a lot. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. Ah! I love that, the way that it looks. I got a little carried away. It's a little messy up here, but you live and you learn. I'll know not to do that next time. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with the Gilded Flora Eyeshadow Palette. And I'm going to pick up the shade Orchid again. It's this one right here. On a flat definer brush. And I'm going to wiggle this on my eyelashes. And kind of connect it out here to that eyeliner. And I'm going to take it like half the way in. Just kind of go back and forth and intensify that a little bit. And then I'm going to pick back up Lavender Field, which is this little lavender shade. And you really tap off the excess. And I'm just going to wiggle that back and forth to kind of blend out that orchid shade. And I'm going to carry this one all the way in to the inner corner. And then I'm going to go back in with the cream gel liner from Colourpop, and I'm going to put this in the waterline. Can you give me something sweet? And now I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and then I'm going to go in with the Curl Bounce from Maybelline. I didn't realize how many Maybelline products I had to test out. I feel like this is a relatively new mascara. I almost called it an eyeliner, and I don't know why. I've heard a lot about this. I'm just gonna coat the upper and lower lashes. Give me scars, straight to the heart, and you feel like a Sunday breeze, singing birds and buzzing bees. I played your song on my guitar. And now I'm going to do this lower lash line off camera and come back and finish the look together. Okay, so I did just kind of extend the inner corner just a little bit. I'm just kind of feeling the fierceness, I don't know. So I may or may not actually like this. I'm just kind of trying it. I told you guys, I think, that I lined my lips with the Stay Woke Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner, and now I'm going in with Kink, the Milani Color Sensational this Milani one, the balm and not the matte one. And I'm just gonna put this all over. And then this is completely unnecessary, but I'm gonna top it off with this is Juice Gloss Electrolyte Infused Color Lip Gloss from NYX in the shade Pomegranate Clout. I feel like on camera this looks really like intensely pink, and in person it doesn't look that way. I don't know, let's see if my phone can pick it up any better. Maybe this is a little bit better. It's definitely like a purpley pink kind of. I don't know. Do we like it? Do we hate it? Comment down below and let me know, please. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with the Milani Flora, this is the package that they came in, the Flora eyelashes. These are like the very fit and flare style, which is my favorite style personally. I was really worried that these were going to be too dramatic, but I super love this. This is way more glam than I anticipated any of this going. Honestly, like, I was just going to do a simple, cute little... And we are no longer there. That train has left the station and we are not on it. But I am really digging how this looks. So I'm just going to line the side really quick. Okie dokie. I'm going to zhuzh up the hair really quick and come back and give you guys the rapid fire rundown. Alright you guys, so my camera died again. I'm finishing this out on my phone. My bad. I'm sorry the quality is a little bit different, but I wanted to give you guys a rapid fire rundown really quick. I think I'm going to do a wear test to like see how this all holds up throughout the day. I feel like incredibly glamorous. I haven't gotten this glam in a very long time, and I am here for it. I am so excited. Okay, so the Milani Gilded Flora collection as a whole. The mattes are decent. I mean, like this one I feel like kind of blended away a lot, but like once you got it there, it looks really, really good. But the shimmers just, I don't know, they're like kind of bunchy and they're a little weird. The shadow stick is a no. It's a hard no. I don't know if it's just too greasy or, you know, whatever. Maybe if you were just gonna pat it on with your finger, just a little bit quick, shimmery out the door, maybe that would be good, but like not in an eye look. Like you can't do shadow and then do it on top of it. You can't do it and then do shadow on top of it. I just feel like it's not really, it's a no for me. Yes, I just channeled my inner Manny MUA.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Keep it up, though.
Anyway, the setting spray, I love this. I will definitely be using this again. This is probably my favorite part of that whole collection. The Hypnotic Lights eyeshadow topper, I love this. It did kind of pick up the shadow underneath, but it held on to shadow on top of it really well, so it's like a really good base to like then have some like papow from a different shimmer to like layer on top of it, or to just have like a pretty wash all over your eyelid. Bonus here, just really quick, I also do have one of the lipsticks from the Flora collection. This is the shade Peony, and I'll swatch it here for you guys. I do love this lipstick. I'm actually going to use this in probably the next video that I film. I'm planning like a Valentine's, like a romantic look, and I think this is the perfect color for that. It just didn't go with the eye look that I've got going on right now. Okay. The primer, we'll have to see how it holds up, but as of right now, I really like it. I like how tacky it is. It's not very pore filling, but I would totally use this and then use like a different primer around my nose. This just isn't really my journey. I mean, it's cute for what it is, I guess, but there's not really enough coverage for me to want to wear it on its own. I don't feel like it did anything underneath. So maybe just to like put it on as a highlighter, like over top of foundation, like in place of where I use this today. But I mean, I don't know. If that's your journey, then go for it. The foundation, I actually really like this. I heard a lot of people have like bad things to say about it. If it wears bad, then, you know, that'll be like a whole thing all on its own. But as of right now, I really like it. I feel like, I don't know if you can see, but my face looks pretty flawless. So, not mad at her. The Dew Stick, I actually really liked. It is like really greasy feeling, but it didn't like break apart anything or pick up anything. Really like this. They've got, I think, 3 other shades in this, so I would totally, I want to try the blue one, because I was worried that the pink was going to be too pink, but it's not too pink. I wonder what the blue one looks like. That's just a little fruit for thought. The Putty blush, we all know and love. This was just a different shade. I think she's cute. The Infallible Powder Foundation was intensely full coverage. I would be interested to see this all on its own, like just wearing it as foundation, just do a little concealer, set everything with powder. I have a hair. But yeah, I like that. The Morphe palette, I think this was cool. The only thing that if I had to say anything negative about it, sorry, I'm trying to get where you can see it. The pans are just really small, like they're this big. Which is fine for like blush and highlighter and stuff like that, but I couldn't really get the sponge in there very good to like set my under eyes. I couldn't get my bronzer brush in there. So, I mean, if you don't mind the pan size, then that's great. The concealer was not as full coverage as I was hoping, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I definitely like it. I don't know if it like awakened my eyes or anything, you know, like that's what it claims that it's supposed to do. It's like got caffeine and whatever, but I mean, it wasn't drying. I really like it. I like the formula. I would wear this again. The e.l.f. eyeliner, this wasn't anything new for anyone who's not me, probably, but I mean, she's cute. She worked well. I don't know, the tip, I don't know if I can show you guys, but it's kind of like a fatter tip. Like the tip is pointy, but like the rest of the brush is kind of wide. So I feel like would kind of be weird to make a wing without like those little tapes that I used. Oh god, okay, dying. These are cute. They did the job well. I'm not mad at it at all. But like I was saying, the tapes, without those, I feel like the liner would be kind of hard to use. The cream gel eyeliner, I want to get this in like every color ever. I want to get Honeydewed, which is like the nude one. I really, really want to get that. Exit is the white one. I've been looking at these for a really long time. I don't know if you can tell. I like know all of the names by heart. The Essence lip liner. I really liked it. It was super, super creamy going on. So hopefully it'll like wear well and keep the border of my lips nice and sharp. The Milani lipstick, the Balm lipstick. I've used these before. I love it. I definitely like the matte one more just because I like to go in with a matte lipstick and then like a gloss. The Balm is just kind of slippery to me, but She's cute. And she's not like crazy intense purple. That's the big thing that I was worried about. The lip gloss, I really like this. It's not sticky or goopy or anything. I think this would be cute, just like run out the door. The mascara, I don't know, let's see. I just don't really feel like it did a whole lot. I know I've got lashes on now, so it's kind of hard to tell. I feel like if I was going to go in with lashes, then it would be fine, you know, just something to coat my lashes and make them like blend well together. And it was really good for the lower lashes because the wand is small enough to like get under there and not have to worry about anything. But I don't feel like it did anything for my top lashes, so I would use this again for like my lower lashes, but that's about it. The e.l.f. patches, I really like these. They're like really nourishing to my under eyes. My under eyes felt really great when I took it off. And I saved brows for last. This little guy I think is cute. I feel like it, once again, you know, like running out the door, I could just do instead of like doing my eyebrows because this has some color to it. And it's like a little thickening. It's got like those fiber hairs in there. So this guy I think would be cute for that. And this is like going in my makeup bag. It's not coming out. We are going to live there forever. I really, really like how that looks, and you might not even be able to tell the difference between my eyebrows, but I really, really, really like how this applied. So I think that's everything. The other thing is this sponge. I don't know, it's kind of gimmicky. I think the bottom of the sponge, I mean, it's silicone infused, so it still like soaks up some of the product, but it's so like, it's such a weird angle, you know, like I couldn't get a good thing to like get in with powder to set it. This is like too big to do your nose. I don't know. It's not great, but it wasn't terrible. I'm looking around and I think I've covered everything. So that's our little rapid fire rundown. I'll come back like at the end of the night. I'll probably take the lip off because you guys know I've got kids. I'm constantly doing things. But yeah, I'll come back at the end of the night and we'll see how the rest of this all wore. Until then, bye guys. Alright you guys, it has been about 6 hours. I feel like everything held up pretty well. My chin kind of rubbed off a little bit, but I like touch my chin the worst. Also kind of been scratching at my nose, so that's kind of to be expected. I feel like my eyes are a little more creasy than normal. They look a little drier, which is kind of weird because I used those little like patches beforehand. But I'm still definitely loving this brow a little bit more than this one, but this one's also a little stickier, so that's something to consider because this one's not sticky like at all. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and if you have any other video ideas, please comment them down below and I will do my absolute best to get them filmed for you. And until next time, bye guys.